The Donkey and the Wolf. One fine day a donkey was happily grazing on the hills that he did not notice when a wolf had crept up near him. As he lifted up his head to take a break from eating, he saw the wolf that was waiting to attack and eat him. The donkey knew he would have to think fast if he wanted to save himself. He started crying loudly as if he was badly hurt. The wolf didn't understand what could have suddenly happened to the donkey, so he asked the donkey what the matter was. "A thorn has pierced my foot, will you help me take it out?" he asked the wolf. "Why will I do that?" replied the wolf. "Well, I am requesting it for your benefit. The thorn stuck on my foot is very sharp, so when you eat me, it will get stuck in your throat and it will not come out. You will have to suffer through immense pain because of the thorn," said the donkey, "but if you remove the thorn first and eat me second, everything will be all right," he added. The wolf got worried about this throat and thanked the donkey. The wolf approached the donkey to take off the thorn from the donkey's foot. As he went near the donkey to take out the thorn, the donkey kicked him with all his might and ran away from there as quickly as possible. The wolf was astounded and did not realize what had happened. He realized that he had lost a few of his teeth. The wolf cursed himself for his foolishness and limped away. Moral: always use your presence of mind to take care of difficult situations and do not listen to others without first using your brain. The next story. The Magical Sticks. A rich merchant had many servants in his house. One day the merchant's wife's beloved necklace disappeared from her vault. Gradually precious things in the house started disappearing one by one. The merchant was troubled by the thief in his house. He suspected one of his many servants to be the thief. But it was very difficult to identify and catch the thief among all the other servants in his huge house. The troubled merchant contacted his wise friend Burble about the recent incidents. After listening to the merchant, Burble agreed to help the merchant and went to his house. Burble summoned all the merchant's servants and started interrogating them one by one. He received nothing but absolute denial from every single one of them. An idea then struck Burble. He handed over a stick to every servant, all of the same length. He told them that the stick was magical and the stick of the thief would grow by 2 inches the next day. The servants were ordered to present the stick to Burble the next day. The next day, as ordered, the servants assembled at the merchant's house with their sticks. As Burble examined each stick, he noticed that one of the servants was holding a stick that was 2 inches shorter. "This is your thief, merchant," Burble said, pointing at the servant. When the merchant asked Burble to reason his accusation, he said, "Honest men never feared about the growth of their stick. The thief had already cut his stick shorter by 2 inches, fearing that his stick will be long by 2 inches next morning." The next story. Price of a Miracle. A little girl ran to her bedroom and pulled out her piggy bank from a secret drawer in her closet. She broke the piggy bank and took the change and counted it carefully. 3 times, even. The total has to be exactly perfect as there shouldn't be any chance for mistake here. She carefully placed the coins in a jar and twisted on the cap. She took the jar full of coin and slipped out of the back door. She made her way 6 blocks to a drug store. She waited patiently for the pharmacist to give her some attention, but he was too busy attending other customers at that moment. She tried several times to get his attention, but she wasn't successful. Finally, she took a quarter from her jar and banged on the glass counter, which was finally able to get her some attention. "And what do you want, little miss?" the pharmacist asked the tiny girl in the front of his counter. "My brother is really, really sick, and I want to buy a miracle, the girl answered back. "I beg your pardon," said the pharmacist. "My brother is really sick and my daddy says only a miracle can cure him now. So, I want to get a miracle for him. How much does a miracle cost?" "I'm sorry, but I can't help you, we don't sell miracles here, little girl," the pharmacist said, softening a little. "Listen, I have the money to pay for it. If it isn't enough, I will get more. Just tell me how much it costs." Next to the little girl was a tall, well-dressed man. He stooped down and asked the little girl, What kind of a miracle does your brother need? I don't know, the girl replied with her eyes filled with tears. I just know he is very sick and has something bad growing inside his head. Doctor says he needs an operation. But Daddy can't pay for it, so we need a miracle to save him now. I can use all my money to save my brother. How much do you have? Asked the man. $1.12, it's all the money I have now, but I can get some more if needed, the girl answered barely audibly. Well, what a coincidence, smiled the man. $1.12, that is the exact price of a miracle for a little brother's. He took her money in one hand and with the other hand he softly holded her hand and said, "Take me to your brother. I want to meet your parents and see your brother. Let's see if I have the miracle your brother needs." The man was a reputed neurosurgeon. He was just the right person needed to save the little boy's life. The operation was completed without any charges and it wasn't long until the little girl's brother was home again and doing well. Mommy and Daddy were happily talking about the chain of events that had led them to this happy place. That surgery, her mommy whispered, it was a real miracle. I wonder how much it would have cost. The little girl smiled as she knew exactly how much a miracle costs. $1.12, plus the faith of a little child. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thank you very much.